From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The suspect in the Prey homicide has been taken into custody, seen in court, and a bond has been set.
A driver is on to register young voters in Montana. At 6:34, learn why new voting rules in Montana are making it harder for young voters to cast a ballot.
I'm Jolie Salee at Highlight Elementary School, where administrators have been keeping a pretty big secret from a teacher. Today they'll be surprising her with something. I'll tell you more about the surprise, and we'll see how she reacts.
She was looking both ways, making sure she wasn't there.
I was talking to Jolie before she went on to the story yesterday. She was making sure that she didn't give away the surprise before she went down there, so how they'll work that out. It's a good surprise, too. We'll share that with you in a moment. Meantime, what's not so surprising is the weather. We're finally dealing with weather that's more seasonal.
About 12 hours, a little over that, away from the official start of fall.
Autumn is right here.
It is.
It's knocking on the door.
It's a beautiful fall-like morning this morning. I think our temperatures should reflect that. Is it today or tomorrow? Hold on, let me look at this. It's actually tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
22nd.
Yeah, 22.
Well, then we're a little over 24 hours away.
There we go.
40s for us this morning. It does look like we've got a few showers. We had to check our dates.
Today is the 21st, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was the 22nd. I'm already ahead.
That's what that other set of numbers on the clock.
Yeah, that's what it is. Looks like our daytime temperatures today will be a little cooler and crisp, but look at that wind whipping around. It looks like daytime highs should be around the 60-degree mark, a few spotty showers, but it does feel like fall, and we're going to have that fall-like weather, including some snow in the mountains. We're going to talk about that, of course, in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:32 now in Park County. 20-year-old Caden Lewis being charged with deliberate homicide. Deputies say the victim, Casey Anderson. Jane McDonald was at the initial court appearance for Lewis and then talked to residents and immigrant. Here's what she learned.
I'm Caden Hawkeye Lewis.
So it's alleged you committed the offense of deliberate homicide.
In the interest of public safety, the state is requesting a $1 million bond.
A bond that was granted in Park County Justice Court on Tuesday. 20-year-old Caden Hawkeye Lewis is charged with deliberate homicide in the death of 32-year-old Casey Anderson. Police say Anderson died of apparent gunshot wounds. Anderson's body was found in a travel trailer in the small town of Prey near Immigrant Monday. According to the arrest report, Lewis lives in that trailer where the victim was found. Lewis reportedly told a family member that he messed up, and he mentioned a gun. The witness also said that Lewis had burned his clothing that contained the victim's blood. The family member then convinced Lewis to turn himself in. Immigrant is a town where everyone knows everyone. So when news came out that there was a homicide investigation just up this road, some members of the community were shocked. I spoke with one man who didn't want to appear on camera, but said that Monday a shockwave was sent through the community because they all know each other. Now that his bond has been set, the next step in the court process is the preliminary hearing, which will be happening on October 11th. In Livingston, Jane McDonald, MTN News.
Now, the Montana Board of Crime Control reporting a new set of homicide stats for the state of Montana. For this year, 34 people listed as homicides. In our viewing, that includes 2 in Gallatin County. Those opened in January. Bozeman had 1 in July. In May, there was 1 in Deer Lodge. There are 2 reported for Park County. 1 is Monday's alleged homicide. The other, a death in February. Now, the Centers for Disease Control numbers show in 2020 there were 65 homicides in the state of Montana. 6:34 now. Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen says he's joined with a coalition of 23 other states to fight against possible tracking of firearm purchases. States have sent a letter to 3 major credit card companies that will be using a new merchant category code to process purchases from gun stores. In a letter sent to Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, the attorneys general say this type of monitoring creates a list of gun buyers that could be misused. They say the merchant code is potentially a violation of consumer protection and antitrust laws. According to CNBC, the credit card companies say the code only identifies the merchant, not the specific items purchased. The new code was approved as an international standards organization after groups urged the move to help identify suspicious firearms activities. 6:35 now. Yesterday was National Voter Registration Day, and with midterm elections 49 days away, there was a Montana push to get people to the polls. And it is aimed at the youngest voters. MTN's Jackie Coffin reports.
You're just going to check address change. Manning the booth for voter registration Tuesday on Rocky's College campus, sophomore Meta Fears and senior Jacob Wissinger.
I really do believe that the system only works when everyone's involved, so it's nice to make this extra effort to make one less barrier in order to do any level of political participation.
Fears and Wissinger are volunteers with Forward Montana, a nonprofit, nonpartisan voting advocacy organization that focuses on empowering young people to vote.
And we set up a little complimentary booth with candies, cookies, etc. in efforts to get people to vote today, to register to vote today, rather, sorry. A lot of students here aren't, especially new students, mainly those from out of state and such, yeah.
And it's young voters across Montana that are the target of new voting laws passed in the 2021 Montana legislative session, laws currently being challenged in court. Together, the laws end same-day voter registration, require students use other forms of identification if they're using student IDs while voting, and bar voters from receiving an absentee ballot until they turn 18. Previously, 17-year-olds could receive an absentee ballot if they would turn 18 by the time polls close on Election Day. But Fears and Wissinger say young voters are getting ahead of these changes.
Especially recently with the lack of your ability to use your student ID to vote. I think that's hard. So for us to be here, people to come here for 2 minutes, and then for us to be able to take that step out of the office, I think it makes it that much easier.
In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Now, the midterm elections continue to dominate politics in the airwaves in key states, with polls showing a tightening race nationally for control of the House and the Senate. Our Joe St. George reports, though this election is becoming a difficult one to predict with usual candidates and unprecedented issues facing voters.
Hello, Milwaukee, or in my case, hello from Milwaukee. I'm not here to talk about this town's beer culture, although I wish I was. I'm here to talk and learn about politics here, because regardless of whether or not you live in Wisconsin, this is a state you need to be paying attention to this midterm. First off, I need to give you a quick refresher about where things stand. Remember, this November is all about control of Congress. In the House, every seat is up. In the Senate, 35 seats are up. Right now, Democrats control both chambers. Republicans think they can flip both. You're going to hear a lot about flipping Senate seats over the next couple weeks. Republicans think these Senate seats, currently held by Democrats, can be flipped. States like Georgia, Arizona, New Hampshire, Nevada, and even Colorado are considered in play. Meanwhile, Democrats think seats held by Republicans in Pennsylvania, Ohio, here in Wisconsin, North Carolina, and even Florida could be flipped in their favor. Those are the states you're really going to want to watch this midterm. But I want to put a word on the screen real quick. Unusual. This election is getting hard to predict by many because of how unusual so many of the candidates are. Take, for instance, the Republican nominees for Senate in Arizona, Georgia, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. They've never held office before. A bit unusual. In Pennsylvania, the Republican candidate, Mehmet Oz, is a former national talk show host. In Georgia, the Republican candidate, Herschel Walker, is a former NFL running back. How big of a role does being a celebrity play? Health is also playing an unusually large role this election. In Pennsylvania, what's unusual isn't the fact the Democratic nominee for Senate loves campaigning in hoodies, it's his health. John Fetterman had a stroke in May and has held few campaign events since then. His campaign says he's fine, but will voters care? And then there is the unusual topics people are paying attention to. The economy and the current president always matter in midterms, but abortion hasn't played such a critical role for decades. A former president hasn't mattered in a midterm like this since Nixon in the 70s. Not to mention, it's a bit unusual how engaged voters are this election.
People tend not to be this engaged this early in midterms. It's unusual in that way, too.
I recently spoke with Michael Wagner with the Elections Center at the University of Wisconsin. He says young people here and in other key states are registered to vote in higher numbers than normal for a midterm.
Younger voters seem to be more engaged than is typical.
In Milwaukee, I'm Joe St. George.
All right, back here at home at Highlight Elementary School in Bozeman, administrators kept a secret in order to surprise a deserving teacher. MTN's Jolie Salee was there when the secret was unveiled.
I'm Jolie Salee at Highlight Elementary School, where administrators have been keeping a pretty big secret from a teacher. Today they'll be surprising her with something, and we'll see how she reacts.
If you've ever seen Catherine teach before, it's like watching a magic show. The things that she's able to do with these kids is amazing.
Hi, Cameron.
Teachers and staff at Highlight Elementary are gathered in a teacher's lounge, conspiring as they get ready for an assembly where they'll be presenting Catherine Matthews, a special ed pre-K teacher, with Teacher of the Year.
Do you love your teachers?
The catch? She has no clue she'll be receiving the award.
Montana Teacher of the Year.
I'm still in shock. Very much so.
Catherine Matthews has been teaching for almost 20 years now. She was chosen out of 57 other candidates for the award. She said receiving Teacher of the Year means the world to her because teaching is her true passion.
And I love learning about what they love and following their passions and making that the focus. But it's incredibly rewarding, and I am just so thankful.
In Bozeman, Jolisa Lee, MTN News.
Oh, congratulations to her. Cool surprise. I like the way they set that up.